Good afternoon. Oh, good afternoon. Good evening, guys. And it seems like I have something on my face later. So, good evening, guys, and welcome to our presentation. It's my honor to be the host today. My name is Dr. Sveta Silverman, and I am, obviously, you can hear my Russian accent. I am an immigrant from this former Soviet Union, currently reside in Canada for the last 30 years. And by profession, I'm a physician, amongst other things. Most and foremost, I am a teacher of health. This is number one. However, my day job is a surgical pathologist and I diagnose breast cancers. I'm in LifeVantage or with LifeVantage since 2013. And my story is my mom passed away from cancer in 2004. It rattled me. It rattled my life. It rattled my genes. And I started rethinking. I started rethinking health, and I started rethinking me. Mom passed away very young at 74 from deadly cancer. I ended up taking care of my debilitated and paralyzed father, who overlived my mom by well over 6 years. And I was thinking, what am I? What kind of genes I'm carrying, and what do I do about it? So mom passing, when mom crossed, I started learning health, everything what I can learn about health. Food, lifestyle, meditation, yoga, exercise, water. And in 2013, LifeVantage came into my life. It wasn't about supplements. I'm all about anticipation and prevention. I diagnose cancers, guys. It's a power. It's not a legacy. A legacy is how to teach people never get cancer. So what do I do? AKA, we need to take care of us. So, and it's, I started with, is it about genes? And discovering LifeVantage, I realized, well, maybe it's not about the genes. It's about cells. It's about whole much more. It's about tribe. It's about healthy terrain. It's about friendships. And it's about amazing, amazing products, which are highest quality, scientifically validated, and supported by amazing, amazing stories. The legacy of LifeVantage in the stories of customers. However, now, in 2020, in this unprecedented time of we have never heard, we have never lived, we are in pandemics. It's a new era, it's a new normal, and it's a new abnormal. How many of us are vulnerable, losing jobs? How many of us are searching for what is my financial future? What is the financial future for my family? So you need to listen to LifeVantage. You need to listen to our story. I'm a host today. So I decided to invite a very close friend of mine. Her name is Dinerman. She calls her Isabella. I call her Love. So Isa is actually not even my team. She is the other team. But this is what LifeVantage is. It's about that camaraderie and support. And you can call it love. So Isa is not only a dearest friend of mine and a business partner. You don't need to be in the same team, on the same team to be business partners. She's also a very, very amazing individual. She's a mom. She's a wife. She's an amazingly dedicated daughter to a very sick mother. She is an entrepreneur with a successful business or successful businesses in aesthetics, in Isa, how do you call that yoga that you hang like with the head
Aerial.
down?
Aerial yoga.
There you go. Aerial yoga. Amazing. Amazing. I'm making fun of myself now, not you, of Isa. And she's an amazing network marketer. So it is my absolute distinct pleasure and honor to invite Isa to start the presentation. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Sveta. What an honor, everyone. You know, we do this weekly for, you know, our groups and people that are in our organization. But Sveta and I have gotten into a groove of wanting to really support each other. And, you know, we formed an amazing friendship through this company. And that's what this is about. That's what I love that Sveta had highlighted in the beginning. But a little bit about me. I'm in Prescott, Arizona, Northern Arizona, and I have been a part of LifeVantage for 3 years. Yesterday was my 3-year anniversary, and I'll always look back at that day, August 25th, as a day that I made a decision. I didn't even really know to what, I knew, other than it being for me. It was something that I just knew I was ready for change, and I was asking for it. I was praying about it. And LifeVantage came back into my life after being introduced to it 4 years prior and not doing anything about it. So as Sveta said, I come from a background in business in New York, and after my husband and I moved out here to Arizona, I opened up a couple of aesthetic shops. I got my license to do skincare, and I always knew that I wanted to have a store and be a retail store owner. And I loved it. I did it for 15 years, and I had a couple of locations, one in Prescott, one in Flagstaff. And I loved the people. I loved, you know, curating the product for the store, all of that, doing the research, finding the best things, and mostly the customers. But what I quickly started to realize is that what was missing in my business was leverage. And while I had, you know, territorial exclusives on certain brands of cosmetics and skincare, that leverage, in fact, went out the window when online sales started to build and people started to go directly to websites. So as a business person, I started to really look at what was happening in society and how sales were shifting. So I had been introduced to LifeVantage during that time by Marisa Harrelson. And I, like I said, didn't do anything about it. But after I sold my shops, I was doing a yoga retreat in Costa Rica, and a guest on my retreat is an elite leader in our company. And I overheard these conversations that she was having with other guests about oxidative stress and, you know, different things, the ABC, which we're about to show you. And I was intrigued, and I knew that I had heard this before. So here I am. I reached out to Marisa and said, I need to know more. And that was what changed my life. So it's changed my family's life as well. So anyway, thank you, Sveta, for having me. I'm going to share the screen now and just get us started, and then Dr. Silverman is going to take us into the science of what we have our hands on here. So make sure I turn on my sound there. We learned how to do that, Sveta, right? All right.
That's okay. I'm on standby.
There we go. Oh, okay, good. Awesome. So our company is called LifeVantage, as Sveta said in the beginning, and we're all about increasing health span for people, really showing people how to live healthier lives. Sorry about that. It's National Pet Day. My dog is wanting to chime in here. So we'd like to say that we do not claim to treat, cure, or mitigate disease in any way. However, when the body is activated, it's capable of amazing things. So a brief history of our company is that we started in 2003 is when our product was formulated. And then in 2005, there was this ABC investigative report. Our company was discovered, this product, I should say, was discovered in a lab by a small biotech company. And they realized that they had taken antioxidant ingredients and created something that activated a pathway in the body, which Dr. Silverman is going to explain to you. But in 2005, ABC News went into this small biotech company and did what should have been an expose, something to debunk, you know, this incredible news that we had here. And in fact, it did quite the opposite. So we're going to show you this ABC investigative report here with John Quinones, which aired originally back in 2005, and then we'll come back.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So, just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
There we go. And that is exactly what everyone did. So this small company got $5 million of orders in a very short amount of time. And it took about 8 months' time to create the inventory to meet the need, you know, the demand for this product. And we were in Walgreens, we were in Rite Aid, we were in GNC, and it was on store shelves, but the product was not selling because stories sell, stories of what people were experiencing taking this. In the meantime, also, peer-reviewed studies were already underway by the likes of Harvard, Louisiana State University, Johns Hopkins. And, you know, we called in a board of directors in 2009 and said, the sales on the shelves do not match, you know, the magnitude of what we have here in these peer-reviewed studies. So we decided to take this to direct sales. And the first year that we did that, which was 2010, we hit 10 million. We are now well over $250 million. So that's part of our story, that ABC. And the likes of many of the universities that we mentioned already here, you can see them on the right side of the screen there. Pretty amazing. The National Institute of Health and Aging did a 10-year study on this. The person that invited you to this webinar can get you more information on these studies. They're all located on pubmed.gov. So this just speaks to us switching to direct sales. And now I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Sveta Silverman. She told you in the beginning a bit about her biography, but I'd like to just say that she's an amazing friend. She is an amazing human and a really heart-centered person who has helped me so much through this journey with my mom and my mom's health, and just really, you know, someone who supports health from a whole standpoint. It's not just about one aspect, and she's taught me so much about that. So Dr. Silverman, I'll let you take over.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So guys, so here's the deal. When I was introduced to LifeVantage in 2013 by the same person, incredible Marisa Harrelson, the only thing I wanted is this guy as per tandem. I had no idea what NRF2 synergizer was. I wanted this guy in my body because, and I had no idea, well, you know, it doesn't matter how much advanced I was into health and nutrition. Obviously, I was above the average person with my knowledge. However, I didn't know superoxide dismutase. I didn't know catalase. You know, I may have overheard glutathione, but what I wanted is, I wanted the combination. I wanted what we're going to see later. I wanted those 5 ingredients in a synergized formulation of Protandim in my body. And then the journey started. That's when I started discovering what actually oxidative stress is, what oxidative stress does, what NRF2 is, and then on and on and on and on. So next slide, please. So, okay, that's what I'm talking about, the 5 ingredients. What I have seen in combination, these are super herbs. They cannot harm me. They can only benefit me. Now, next slide, please. Now, and that's what I started discovering, studying, and learning. What is oxidative stress? Well, guys, what is stress? You know, if you think that you are not under stress right now, well, either you're lying or you're dreaming. Every one of us in this time of uncertainty, in this time of a fear factor, we have stress. And what stress does, that external, or I call it environmental stress, it hits us. Who are we? We are a lump of cells. You know, some say 50 trillion cells, some say 30 plus trillion cells. And every cell basically has the similar mechanism. So when the stress hits the cell and our mechanism of defense may be failing or it's aging, because when we're aging, the mechanisms slow down and they start to get frail and they started not to work. It's like, you know, the analogy of 2020 car and 2003 car. These are different cars. So now on this slide, what you see is, and that's exactly what I said, stress hits every cell. Oxidative stress is a part of every cell, every organ. Next slide, please. So this is obviously what causes stress. We know that. And that's what we need to work on. But I'm a cell doctor. So my interest is, how do I make my cell as a fortress of health? But the fortress of health is not about one cell. It's about the community. It's about the communication and a partnership of 50 billion cells and the alignment and the synchrony of all these processes of biochemical reactions. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So, okay, no, go back to that slide, please. This is interesting. Okay, guys, do you think that 100 years ago, you could have found a squared watermelon? Mind you, I've seen one, I tried one, it's a very expensive one. Does it taste any different? No. Is it natural? No. And that's what happened with us. And this is what about our foods and stuff. You know, glyphosate is everywhere, whether it's organic or non-organic, because we cannot avoid it. So next slide, please. And this is all that, to me, what causes cellular stress. Next slide, please. Now, Why? See, what happened with me when I started, I needed pretendum in my body. That's it. And then I started studying. Guys, what separates LifeVantage from the other companies is, this is outdated slide. I talked today to Dr. Brian Dixon, 31 peer-reviewed studies. Now, you need to understand, there are studies and there are studies. This is about a branded product. This is not about each and every ingredient. Yeah, you hit curcumin, you're going to hit thousands of studies. And the other companies actually sometimes tell you, we have a lot of studies, but yet they do on the ingredients. We have 31 peer-reviewed studies on the branded product. Now, in the next slide, for example, or in here, for example, see, I recognize the name of the journal. Free Radical Biology and Medicine Journal, it's one of the most reputable journals, or Circulation Journal. But look at the universities. Look at the universities, the caliber of universities. Okay, Harvard University, University of Montreal, Virginia Tech, the Swedish University, University of Colorado, and on and on. American Heart Association, Louisiana State University, with 3 studies. Well, American Heart Association funded the study, which was published in Circulation Journal. Circulation Journal is one of the most reputable and the most conservative journals in allopathic medicine. So for the supplement, which pretendum is not a supplement, but whatever, let's put it in the category, because for allopathic doctors, it's a supplement. So the supplement was published in the Circulation Journal. And this is what per se, that's how I educated myself, but that's how I encourage you to learn and study. Take charge of your health. Take charge of you. Pretendum NRF2 Synergizer. NRF2. Why am I so excited about NRF2? And because NRF2 may be one of the most extraordinary and the therapeutic and preventative formulation in the future of our health. I will encourage you, it may be on the next slide, if you actually go to the publication in the Journal of Physiology, again, one of the most reputable journals, and read the study on NRF2 2015 study, you can see that quote, which is going to be even more powerful. But the thing is, the beauty of NRF2 protein is, what does it do? I told you, when we get more polluted and dirtier, our cellular inbuilt cellular brooms or broomers, our vacuum cleaners, our carburetors, our garbage bags disposal, they do not work, they slow down, as well as the aging cells. They do not dispose garbage as fast as the kid cells do. So NRF2 is that switch to health. NRF2 is basically a switch to your cellular vacuum cleaners. And that is going to change your vacuum cleaners from dustbusters to Dysons. Which one do you choose? Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, now, sorry, confused. Not really. No, I'm good. So to me, the foundation of cells, as I said, so let's go back. Cell is a synergy, or I would call it a symphony of over 100,000 orchestra players or proteins. Do you want symphony that plays music or plays cacophony? So everything needs to be in synergy, but in order to be in synergy, in order for the biochemical processes to work right, the cell needs to be clean. That's number one. Then what else do we need in the cell? And then I'm going to go, because I'm kind of losing my train of thought, into the concept. You can hear me calling the word synergy, repeating and repeating and repeating, because the foundation of LifeVantage products is built on a pattern of synergy of the products The foundation of the products and their composition is built on the synergy of ingredients. So it supports that target. So the synergy of NRF2 per tandem supports that NRF2 protein to boost the cells, to boost those amazing antioxidants. Now, NRF1 per tandem, the second, the middle brother or the middle sister. Now, okay, we clean the cells. What does the cell need? So for example, you clean the car. Your car is clean. Is the car going to run without an engine? I don't think so. So you need your engine. So guess what? When we age or when we are dirty in terms of cells, our engines do not work. What are the cellular engines? They are mitochondria. You need to understand that the car has one engine. Our cells have numbers of mitochondria. And for example, per se, the most important organ, let's say, is the brain, hypothetically. So some of the brain cells have over 2 million mitochondria per cell. Now, when we age, mitochondria decreases in numbers and in its function. So NRF1 to the rescue, next slide, with again, very simple combination, synergistic combination of the ingredients. I am sure that now, this day and age, especially in this time, you have heard of quercetin, you have heard of coenzyme Q10, you have heard of alpha lipoic acid. I want to get into the details. I'll just tell you, it's essential. Next. Now, so fun. So you clean the cells, you clean your cars, you clean your house, you tuned up your engine, everything is ready to rev. Well, you turn on your engine, but your cylinders need to be activated. So your car has maybe 12 cylinders. Good for you, Jaguar. Let's go. So you have 12 cylinders, but your cylinders are sitting there and nothing ignites them. Well, here's your mitochondria. Mitochondria has thousands of cylinders that needs to be turned on and ignited. The ignition is NAD, and some of the ignition is called sirtuins, another complex. Now, NAD is an absolutely, in medicine, it's called cofactor because it participates in these reactions. Well, guess what? Same thing. NAD goes down with aging. NAD goes down, your sirtuins are not going to work. Now, the sirtuins are very interesting guys, very interesting proteins. Not only part of them participates in mitochondria, revving up those engines and tuning up the cell, ultimately gives us life. No mitochondria, no life. So now, sirtuins are also very important genes of calmness because sirtuins, they calm our DNA. I call them Zen genes. They like yoga, they calm you down, they're zenning you. Because guys, when your genes go on with no breaks, no rest, no sleep, this is no good. Confused DNA is a bad, bad thing. So NAD synergizer, next slide, again, is a very simple thing. Look, it's a very simple list of ingredients, again, on a virtue of synergy. So we have 3 of them. We have an amazing combo of synergizing products, next slide, which is a tri-synergizer. And that's, see, the previous slide was about NRF2. That's what I sort of, I kind of chopped the beautiful quote from Washington State University. Look at this paper. It's an amazing paper, actually. Next slide, please. Tri-synergizer. Interesting. Again, I think Dr. Dixon today gave me an interesting concept. Tri-synergizer, why? Because your NRF2 per tandem is going to neutralize the garbage or neutralize the cell. Your NRF1 per tandem is going to energize the cell. and your NAD precandum, he said revitalize, I call it optimize the cell. And that's, per se, I can get into multitude of biochemical processes. I don't. What I want to tell you is our biochemistry is a crosstalk. You need to understand that NRF2 talks to NRF1, NRF1 talks to NAD, NAD talks to sirtuins, sirtuins talk to NRF2, NRF1. This is amazing. This is when the cell operates in that symphony, in that beautiful orchestral symphony, that beautiful music. Next slide, please. Now, and this is just the validation. One of the studies was performed and shows you when you take 3 of them, that's what you get. Next slide, please. Yes, when we talk about, next slide, please. So, so this is, I usually don't spend much time on pitandem because I'm in Canada. We don't have pitandem, we have pretandem. So the dogs, the horses, one of my cats, every day, my previous cat, 4.5 years on pretandem. Pitandem is great for dogs because it is enforced with collagen, with the flavors, with omega-3s, and as I said, flavors. Next, please. This is very, very, very important because the cell is not going to survive also if the cellular envelope is not complete. The essential part of the cellular envelope is what? Fish oils, omega-3s and 6s, or in medical world, it's called DHA and EPA. I'll tell you, I'm a vegan, meaning that I eat plenty of omega-3s and 6s and 9s and 12s, you name it. You name it, I do. However, as a vegan, I also don't convert it into that, what I said, DHA and EPA, just doesn't happen. Very, very, very few of us do, about 2%. It's a serious Russian roulette. However, fishes, especially wild, cold water, oily fish, just provides us something that you don't need to do anything. You just need to eat that fish oil and it's going to incorporate into your cells for cellular integrity, for cellular fluidity, for cellular mobility, and the conduction of the impulse or the conduction of the signal in the brain cells. So if your brain cells do not conduct the signal or the message, guess what's going to happen? So now, why our omegas? The industry is extremely saturated with fish oils. Quality. So because we know when it was fished, we know what was fished, we know when it was caught, we know when the oils were extracted, we know they were packed. So this is a QA. So that's why, plus ours are enforced with omega-7s, which are extremely important in metabolism, and also with vitamin D, and vitamin D and fish oils of DHA and EPA go hand in hand. Microgut. Microgut is a second brain. Without microgut, the brain is not functioning. But without microgut, we're not functioning. Now, what separates our probiotic from the industry? Again, industry is extremely saturated in probiotics. Again, it's the quality, it's the efficacy. A, it's a store shelf. You don't need to put it in the fridge. B, in probiotics, the more is not better. The quality is better. And the distribution. What our probiotics does, it provides the delivery of the certain species to actually where they belong. So the species that belong in the small gut, they end up in the small gut. And the species that belong in the large gut, they end up in the large gut. Our probio is absolutely amazing. Next, please. Okay, guys, I'm not going to talk much about the whey protein, again, simply for the reason that I'm a vegan and I cannot do dairy products. If Isa would like to talk about it, that's awesome. What I'm going to talk is about prebiotics. You got to fertilize or repopulate, reboot, reactivate your gut on top of your food and on top of your cleaning your cells and rebooting your cells. but you need to nurture and nourish and feed your microgut. And that's where prebiotics come on. Prebiotics are so incredibly important for the gut health, for the body health. Again, the quality of prebiotics, the composition of our prebiotics is absolutely tremendous. I will not talk about probiotics this day if I'm not talking about prebiotics. And now we probably can combine probiotics, and prebiotics are called symbiotics. That's symbiotic, again, synergy, symbiosis, go together. Next one. Okay, hello. So we have Axio. Now, guys, I was up at 5 a.m. today, 6 a.m. hot yoga, whole day, haven't stopped for a second. 2nd liter of Axio. I love my Axio because it gives me energy, sustainable energy, no jitters. It tastes yummy. I don't drink water. It doesn't taste good. It gives me focus, concentration. It's actually, it sustains my memory. So, if I may, Isa, can I just share a little bit? Because I know we're late. So here's the story yesterday. Yesterday, guys, I lost my notes. If you know what notes are, you will understand my stress. I lost all my passwords, all my codes, and everything. So today I had to go to the storage with a locker with a code. I lost the codes. Thank you, Axio. I actually remembered my few years old code. This is the story. Next, please. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the skin or hair care product because we have a professional on this call. Go ahead, sweetie.
Thank you, Sveta. That was amazing. I learned so much each time I hear you speak. So this is true science, and Louisiana State University was one of the major institutions that started studying Protandim, the pill, and the effects on the skin. And the results were amazing. We have 3 studies now from Louisiana State University that have given us this skincare line, a simple system. I love it as an esthetician because it is simple. It is for all skin types, for everyone. It's affordable, and it is result oriented. When we're addressing oxidative stress, and our skin is the largest organ and the most vulnerable to that, the first assault, first point of entry, it's amazing what we can do, activating from the inside and then applying topically from the outside. The True Science hair care line, the shampoo, conditioner, and scalp serum are phenomenal because they are working on the mitochondria of the follicle. Both the skin and the hair care line are on an app called Think Dirty, which is pretty amazing. You can go on that app and scan the barcode of any of your personal care products, and it'll tell you the level of toxicity. And we need to care with everything that Sveta is talking about here about cleaning ourselves out. We need to care about what we're putting back on. So these are very clean. They are rated a 0 to a 2, which is the green zone, meaning no fillers, no harsh chemicals, no carcinogens, and they're phenomenal. Both are very affordable and very result oriented. You want to continue, Sveta?
Well, guys, I'm just going to tell you one thing. Thank you very much. I think I'm so sorry I could have been quite long-winded today. But why do physicians do this type of a business? Well, because this type of a business changes people's lives. We are, at least I'm on a mission to help people and just help them with the concept of health, especially now. However, personally, as a physician and staff, I also would like to find my leverage income, and to work when I want to work, and to do what I want to do, and when I want to do, and travel where I want to, and invest. Or I don't want to invest. What I want to. It's like I want to create a foundation. To me, LifeVantage is one of the funnels of my mission. And there are different companies, and there are different amazing companies. I found my niche as part of that mission. So these are my 2 words about business building. And building business with people you love, who also are on a mission, who've got an incredible ethics, an incredible desire to help, an incredible professionalism and love to people. That's the dream of network marketing. Thank you.
Wow, the beauty of networking with like-minded people is phenomenal. So thank you everyone for, listening about the product and just for tuning in tonight. We'll just give you a little bit of an idea of how to get started. If you are looking at this and saying, I want all of this in my body, you may want to look at these one-time fee opportunity packs. It's just one time that you are purchasing all of this product at a savings. That platinum pack has 36% savings. The gold has a significant savings, as does the silver. So you're getting the product at less of a price, and it's a one-time, it's not a monthly fee, but you're trying all of the products, right? And maybe you want to share this with your family. If you're thinking, I want this in everyone in my household, you might want to come in on a pack. Or if you are looking at this as the opportunity that Sveta and I did, you're saying, I want to do this, I want to pack. So with that, with any of those packs, you get a replicated website, which is amazing. If you haven't been to any, whoever invited you to this webinar, if you've not been to the replicated website, there's phenomenal information on there, including the links to PubMed, where the studies are that Sveta was just referring to. And you can send your people a shopping cart, your customers a shopping cart. And I'd like to say LifeVantage is about 85% or more customer based. This is a customer driven opportunity. We're not looking to, recruit just anyone into this business. It's not for everyone, but this product is for everyone. So if you're wondering how you can be paid or how you can earn money doing this, we get paid weekly and we get paid monthly. Weekly are what we call launch bonuses, which is between 30 and 40%. And then monthly are those unilevel commissions of people ordering this monthly consumable product over and over and over again. If you fall in love with our products, you'll see why this is such a healthy opportunity. And as you heard Dr. Silverman say, this is something that people need month after month, especially in this climate today. So if you're wondering how you make money, we can show you more about that after this webinar. But suffice to say that this isn't a work from home business. It's working from wherever you have a cell phone, wherever you have Wi-Fi, and it's social sharing. You have a virtual office. There is no inventory. As a former retail shop owner, I can tell you that is phenomenal, because when I decided to, close my large store there, I had so much inventory that I was trying to unload, and this is amazing. So if someone wants something, you're just having it shipped right to their house, and that's where commerce is going anyway. So it's a personal online store. The timing of LifeVantage could not be better. Most of the US and Canada have yet to even discover this company. We're sitting on like a baby apple, just an amazing technology of nutrigenomics that is patented, that most of the world has yet to discover. And we say that, yet we are in 24 countries, which is really exciting and growing. There's been a 60% plus increase in wellness sales in the last 8 years. Many other industries have gone down, including cosmetics. Last year, they say cosmetics outweighed wellness, and now we've tipped the scales. Wellness outweighs cosmetics in this current world. And I'm excited to see what that statistic is after this year. And over 220,000 studies are published on oxidative stress on PubMed and growing. I believe I heard, Sveta, 1,800 studies per month on oxidative stress, which is linked to so many different issues that people are experiencing. These are our open markets that we're in right now, 24 of them. We're opening in 2 more this year. And LifeVantage is just growing and growing. And if you're looking at this as an opportunity, you can come in as rank from distributor to Executive Master Pro 11. It's not even on this sheet, but our foundational rank is Pro 3. If you look down there at Pro 3, that second column over is, about an average of $626 a month coming in month after month from your customers reordering this product over and over and over. You're sharing it with them once, they're falling in love with it, they're expanding and into the other product lines that we offer. And then That's $626 a month, which is pretty healthy. Then the Premier ranks, which is Premier Pro 4, Pro 5, and Pro 6. I've been in the business 3 years now, and this is my rank. I'm a Pro 5, which is between 20,000 and 50,000 organizational volume. Not what you do personally, but your organization, your people that you're sharing this with, and people that they're sharing it with, which is so exciting. And then Dr. Silverman is an Elite Pro 7, and you can look at that. That leverage payment per month, $13,400, is amazing. What I love about this as an older mom is that this is willable, sellable, generational income down 2 generations. So this legacy work that we're doing now is affecting people in our family generations down. So if you're wondering if you can do this, absolutely. Anyone can do this. It's amazing. If you love people and you love you really love change, and you have a wellness, a heart for helping people be well and healthier. But we have an easy to follow system, regular trainings, skill set trainings, mindset trainings, and leadership every week, and regular corporate events, which now they've all gone virtual, which is really exciting though. Our global event, which is with all of those countries there, is in October, the end of October. And if you are at all interested in personal development and just want to stick your toe in what this company is about, please come, please join us. Erin Brockovich is on our board of directors, and she's speaking at our event. Second time she's speaking at our corporate events. And it's just incredible training, mindset training. So perhaps you fall into 3 categories. Perhaps you need more information tonight. Perhaps you're ready to become a customer, and we can show you how to do that and get you started tonight. Or perhaps you're ready to join a team and be a part of something and improve your health at the same time. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Sveta, would you like to say anything else before we sign off?
No, I'm just very grateful for people who joined us. Thank you so much, especially many thanks to guests. I need to acknowledge quite a few of elite distributors that are on the call. This is an honor. Thank you very much. And indeed, every one of you, thank you so much. Wherever you are, thank you guys, especially for me. Thank you, my Canadians. So thank you so much. And Isa, as always, I love you. You're
Love you,
awesome.
Sveta. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll stop the recording.